Now we need to build a little tiny wall right here, because imagine these glass sliders are going to come up and close against this, so this needs to be perfectly plumb. We can't have, closing against this and the gap here. That would not look nice. You need something that that finishes it off, that looks like it comes in it's supposed to, even if it's just a little tiny here. So it's got a stud here. I've got it plumbed, and then we have a little overhang on this top deal. We need to trim this back so that we can screw it directly to the wall. This is a combination square. This is a tool that's kind of fallen out of favor with a lot of modern carpenters, and I don't understand why. I mean, I really find it just indispensable for little things like this. So we know the sides right there, but just for a depth gauge, I can set the depth of this to the bottom side and then transfer that up here and then match that, and that way I can get a nice clean cut. It's going to have a trim around it, so it's not super important, but you want to do things as good as you can. This wall here is quite a bit out of plumb, so we're going to use shims, just like we would when we install a door. So the furthest portion that sticks out, of course, is the bottom, and so your shims, your cedar shims, you're going to use them like this to bring that out. Because when that door closes, that door is going to be perfectly square. It's going to close. If we don't fix this, it's going to touch on the bottom, and then there's going to be 3/4 half-inch gap on the top. That's not going to be right. So we'll shim this every little bit. Now we have a perfectly square and plumb aperture, regardless of the building around us. You can see here how far that wall was out. That's looks like 5/8 right there. If we go down to the bottom, you see it's touching. So had we not done that, when the door closed against this, it doesn't look good for a door to come up against a wall anyway. You want to have, something, a little bump out there. And now it's going to close tight. Before it would just touch it on the bottom, and then you'd see that gap up here. And that's not at all okay. So now that we have, everything is set here, now we can mount that track. We know the distance, because we have the distance between those two walls right there, so we can measure that. Now the track, I'm going to mount that directly to the floor. Now this is the highest side of the floor, and the floor slopes drastically that way, right? And having things on rollers, that would roll to the end and probably break the door. So we're going to have to build that track up. So we'll mount it right here, and then we'll have to shim it. So it'll actually be probably flush with the flooring, and then it'll actually grow and climb up above it. It's just the way it's going to be. Nothing you can do about it, apart from a good structure fire. But start over. Dare to dream. This is the steel track that will carry the weight of the doors. It's just your garden variety stuff at Home Depot. I just kind of pieced it together and had the millwork guy kind of order the panels that fit, stock sizes. I just got to laugh. I've never worked on a house this crooked before. I mean, this track is actually square off that back wall reasonably. I had to kind of split the difference between the roof line and up here. And look at the floor. Yeah, can you see it? And look at this. How high am I there? Look at that sticking off the ground. And over here we're, maybe not the best choice of garage doors of vanity. Wardroom. I'm just, my mind is just just frying right now from all the crookedness. So, well, let me go. I'll go cut the top track there. Slap that in real quick, and then I'll bring a panel up here and we'll fit it before we get too carried away here, and just double check, make sure everything is gonna function. I'm gonna put this 1x4 on top of the wall. This is pre-primed, clear fur, so this will give us the finish that we're looking for. That the door will close up against, and we can just paint this, and then of course we'll imagine the trim piece, you know, we'll go there, and door reveal here. So I had to put these on before I cut that track, because now, and I also I cut these. This sits on top of the track on the bottom to finish off that edge, so it just looks a little bit cleaner. So let's tack this. I ordered all this track system from Home Depot. When I unboxed this, it was creased and crushed here in the center. I called them yesterday. They're going to order a new piece, but they said it would take a month to get it. So I'm going to go ahead and install this, get everything in. When the new one comes, I can simply cut it to length, take this one out, put the new one in. It's not going to really affect anything. So I don't want that to hold me up here. So. So we've got a problem. Half of it, they sent me the wrong stuff. Half of it, I didn't even pay attention to it. So when I ordered this track, I ordered a triple, so that all 3 glass pieces would nest together. I should have realized this when I was putting in. They've only sent me the double. So that leaves us one of 2 things we can do. So I've got another glass panel. If I put the glass panel on it, it's going to be, both of them are going to be mounted either on the front or the back. So that's going to leave an opening. What do I have for an opening now? Not what I wanted. So 30 inches. So 30 inches is an acceptable opening into a closet. But for her to get into it, she's going to have to move. You can have a 30-inch here, there, here, or that's going to run into the other glass, or here. I guess that's just the way it is. Yeah. Well, kind of when I was speccing this out, when I was choosing the size of these things, you know, those inches, those fractions of inches creep up and they add up. I wasn't really thinking in my head that I was going to lose, you know, 3 inches here, and you know, not probably, you know, I lost like 5 inches. So I don't mind that these aren't symmetrical. I knew that was going to be part of it. Question is, so we can do one of 2 things. We can put these together like this and go with just a 2-panel, and just just return the 3rd one. Build the wall out so that the stop is here and here. By doing that, I'm going to have a much bigger opening into the closet. Or, you know what, let me go grab that 3rd panel. Let's put the 3rd panel in, and we'll see. I might have to have Mrs. W make a call on this, because this is going to be her closet. So that's all 3 panels installed. We're going to have to make a judgment call here. When I originally envisioned this, I wanted like the whole wall of glass. Which we have here. This aperture, what do we have here? So this is 28 inches. 30 would be a lot nicer. 28's a little tight. My closet here is 24, so that means 4 inches more than that. I think a majority of the stuff should probably use one side or the other. The other stuff will be maybe like winter clothing storage in summer and vice versa. So she is probably going to swing one of these doors back and forth here. It's almost 30 inches. I still have to adjust them a little bit, but yeah, it's probably okay. What to do? You know what, on second thought, I think I'm going to hold off. Is that weird? You looking at me looking at you, you looking at me looking at you with the mirrors? What I want is I want the triple track that I ordered. That's what I should have paid closer attention. That way, what I want is I want all three doors to park on one side. That's the way I originally designed it, so that she had a massive opening. This is phony. I do not like this. It's Sunday. I can't get a hold of that guy. He's not going to be in there today. I'm going to call him in the morning and see about getting these triple tracks out here. I don't have to redo any. We don't have to redo anything we've done. Got to modify that upper one a little bit, but pull that out, get the triple tracks in there, do it right, and do it the way that I want it. That way, she's going to have way more room, and then we still get the full deal of glass. Okay, I know what I'm going to do now. So I'm just going to order two more pieces of track, 2 singles. Now, shoot. I'm gonna have to redo everything. Because if I put it, I can't go back with it. I'm gonna hit right into the wall, so I have to bring it forward. And I didn't build this for a triple track. I built it for a double track. So rather than dinking around and furring all that stuff out, pull it out, reframe it with a 1x6, put the new track on there. Maybe you can't get it. I don't know. Good grief. That's just the hard part about doing it when you don't do this stuff all the time. Or ever. I mean, I've never done this before, but that first time you make mistakes and you just don't know what you don't know. All right, guys, I made a decision. I'm just going with it. I can't, Home Depot's going to take, what was it, 4 or 5 weeks, they said, to get the tracks. That's how long it took last time. I'm sure these would be the same. It's, for a few inches, I'm not going to worry about it too much. So I put the floor in, got the floor all done, inside and out. So I just got to do the baseboard and the trim. I'm going to have to do a little custom trim right there because, the way the floor took a dive, actually is pretty good through the middle right there. So I'll have to do something there. What I'll probably do is just put about 3/4 inch piece of quarter round on there, or custom cut something. And my sister Corinne put down this floor in one of her rentals, and she went to Sherwin-Williams and just had to basically match the paint, the color. So I think she's still got a little bit left, so maybe I'll just get that from her and paint that on there, and that will kind of blend in. Actually, it being crooked, not in line with the floor, doesn't really make that much difference now that I've got the floor in, so I can't see, I can't see that big angle on it. So tomorrow I've already forgotten about it. So that's it. So we're gonna put we'll put a piece of we'll case it there, put a trim right there. We'll do the same thing. I was gonna do a little drywall deal here. I think what I'll do is just get a piece of 1x12, and then just notch it around there, and that will just be white. And we'll just paint it to match. Paint and caulk that. Put a piece of trim on the top. Match everything on the inside. And as I said, put the baseboards back on, and there you go. 1 hour or a walk-in closet. It's 12 o'clock, 12:30 or so. I started at 6, so yeah, it didn't take too long. It was easier than I thought it was going to be. All right, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.